Brent, we did a thing yesterday.
We did do the thing yesterday. The thing.
We went from 0 to 1. Like
Ooh,
we birthed a hackathon.
woo. But it hurt a little bit, but it was all
Okay,
right.
what hurt?
In the end, we want to do it again, which is very common in the birthing process, from what I hear, anyway.
Not immediately, but actually, this one we're going to do a little bit faster. But what hurt? What hurt?
Well, we had some technical issues. It didn't really, like, we didn't get 4 players
Yeah,
the way we had originally planned, but luckily you and I both are kind of go with the flow kind of guys. So it's just kind of like, we made it work and it turned out awesome anyway. Actually, probably better than doing 4 for the first time. So it was probably good to like lighten up and just use 2. And our amazing participants, Wendy and Craig, totally crushed it, by the way.
they carried it. Like so, like that's the beauty of having amazing people get involved, and I hope so. Yeah, on the we've got a couple of different things that we're going to do a little bit differently next time. Like we'll definitely lessons learned, and when you're working out loud, you learn those lessons, which are hey, for whatever reason, some tools don't like you to go live within 2 hours of each other. Now, probably because what kind of idiot goes live 2 hours, has 2 live sessions planned within 2 hours of each other? It just created some conflict with some of the stuff. We
What
were not able to get.
I know the fix for that. I figured it out.
Oh, what's the
We
thing?
we can still do 2, but you have to do the morning. The early first show has to be an event also. So you make 2 events, and
Uh,
when you use Restream, so when you go live at 6 a.m. Mountain Time, it sees that event and it knows it goes to that one first, and it'll say, "Oh, okay, yeah, you're going there." But it thought you were going live for that event 2 hours later. So if you put one in, make them both events, the one blocks the next one and takes the stream
got
and goes with that one. And so then the next time you click the go live on Restream, it then goes to the next one.
We won't do that. And the reason why we won't do that is because it's
But it
extra
is a
work.
solution
So
for
it's a
anybody
solution.
listening.
So it's good. So it's good now. And not all solutions are the ones that you need to go with. Like, and that's
Yeah.
a very important leadership lesson. Sometimes you get super excited and super stoked about the way to fix something, but it creates more load on your team.
And
And
that's not what you want to do.
it just yeah it is. I mean, it's all choices and judgment and all that other kind of stuff and decision making that you work through. So we had some technical glitches. We didn't get as many people who wanted to show off the tool or their use of their tools as we had hoped, and we'll continue to promote that this is a monthly thing that we're going to do,
Yeah.
and get more people to want to show off, because i think I think at first when Craig and Wendy saw the scenario, they were like, "Wait, what? you want
I
me to
know,
do?
I know that was my reaction to it.
You want me to
And I
do?
wasn't even a participant.
You want me to do what?"
Like,
And what?
oh, thanks, Mike.
So um, I like that shock value of it. And that's why it's important to have good participants who are willing to kind of adjust, and some will show off their nonverbal a little bit better than others, Craig. But it's a cool way to it's a cool way to demonstrate, hey, we can do interesting things with these tools when challenged, if we don't let our own hangups get in the way of, oh, it's got to be like picture perfect. Like there has to be snacks in the back of the room before we get started, or we're not going to, the people aren't going to be ready to learn.
Don't
Like,
don't forget the icebreaker.
right. Okay. Yeah, sure. What's your favorite icebreaker?
Oh my God.
What's your least favorite icebreaker?
Oh, picking uh, picking three things, but one's a lie, and you're supposed to tell everybody those three things, and everybody's supposed to pick which one's the lie.
Yeah. I hate icebreakers. I, like, I, I am not a fan of the, okay, go find somebody in the room who is also wearing whatever, like, and you're like, okay, so,
Oh, hi.
uh, what brings you here?
Yeah,
Huh? Where'd you come from? When
yeah.
did you get in? When did you get in? Like,
How was your flight?
yeah. So it's,
Awkward.
the it's awesome to test things, and it was cool to see it work out. And there were a couple of things I wanted to get into yesterday that I didn't get into, just because we ran out of time. So that was another thing. Is, and Brent, I know you and I talked about it afterwards. We blocked 90 minutes for the next one, and and see how that goes. What we might find out is the compressed time is actually better. Like instead of doing 90 minutes, 45 minutes is the way to go. We just keep things tight. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll test it. If you had a chance to watch it yesterday, share feedback. Let us know what you think. What would you like to see differently? What did you screw up? And how can we get better? And let us know if you want to participate in the next one. I think we get that.
Your microphone got instantly muffled for some reason, and I don't know if it's because I just spilled coffee on my laptop.
Okay. I don't know.
But
All right. Well, hey,
it,
so I'll pull this thing up a little bit. Your mic,
okay,
Mike.
that
Okay.
helped.
Hey, Wendy, any better? I know I have to wait 2 minutes to find the response, but so, hey, I think that gets the any better, or is it still
Yeah, oh, and it's better for me. I don't know if Wendy was hearing the same thing, but it just coincidentally got all garbly right when I took a sip of my coffee, and then it kind of juggled and sprayed on my laptop, and I thought, oh no, I just fried everything.
perfect? I'm not using my lav mics, and then from a tech perspective, I've not turned manual focus on, so it's still auto focusing. And the beauty of autofocus on this camera is my autofocus is right on this microphone, so I just get
Ah,
a little bit of a blur, little tech things to kind of work
yeah, I
to
don't know
work
what happened. It
through.
was garbly though too. It was kind of like it was like bubbly. You see, you sounded underwater. It was weird.
Bubbly, bubbly. That's the first time anybody has ever called me bubbly.
Well, it's a different kind of bubbly, but okay, take it for what it's worth. If you want to.
um, what surprised you by it?
uh, well, I thought Copilot telling Wendy, just go ahead and use ChatGPT. I suck. I thought that was classic.
It was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, no, sorry, Wendy, I can't do that for you. Just what you should really go just try the competitor.
Yeah, as
Yeah,
luck would have it, Wendy, I'm listening to the other guy talk through what he's doing with ChatGPT. Um, you might want to try that tool.
yeah.
The
My
speed,
friend ChatGPT is a little bit better at this than I am. You should go hang out with him.
it's good.
That
I
was
mean, what
that was fun.
transparency is a good thing.
Yeah,
Honesty is a good thing. Yeah.
but it was very cool. So um, we didn't have anybody on Anthropic or Claude.
No, I used
But you
I
surprised
used
us all with doing it in the background secretly while everybody was working so hard in their particular tool, and seeing what Claude did so quickly with such little prompting was mighty impressive. Uh, you know, but yeah, I wouldn't say any of this. I guess it did kind of. I think what really surprised me was, I guess if we're going to go with the word surprised,
yeah.
was was seeing how fast, right after the shock of the length of the challenge and the complexity of the challenge, how quickly and how fast both Wendy and Craig just got at it in their tools and started having something. I was still trying to process in my head what in the hell you'd just given everybody, and they're going at it, and they're cranking stuff out and starting to explain what they're doing and how they're doing it, and I'm just like, wait, hold on, what? Wait, what? What happened right there? What'd you do? How'd you do that? And so from a surprising perspective, it was surprising and cool. Um, but then being able to also kind of pause and jump back and forth between Craig working and Wendy working, and talk about it, was super cool, and it allowed you and I to ask questions, and it allowed them to show their work and to share. So, which is exactly what I wanted these hackathons to be, right? That was what was in my head. So that's why I think we need to go longer too, to give us more time to breathe and to reflect, on each sort of iteration of the process, and listen to people talk about it. And I think, and maybe Wendy and Craig can chime in. It it seems to me like when we're talking to Craig, that gives Wendy a chance to do more work.
Right.
And then when we jump back over to Wendy, that gives Craig a chance to stop talking and focus on typing and getting things going and building. And so when we switch back and forth, it gives them a chance to go further too. So just that sort of that dance, I think is a good way to drive this as well.
Well, they are really good at what they do. So, like, you've got people who are comfortable working out loud and sharing information and talking to a group and being able to answer questions as you go through the process. So, again, very, like, Wendy and Craig carried this yesterday, and it was awesome. It was awesome to see it. And good morning, Craig. Good morning, Wendy. It is. I, I'm very appreciative and very thankful, for the experience, because we were able to do a number of really important things from my perspective. Number one, show people that if you just fuck around and start using these tools, you can get to some amazing things. Um,
There it is, Craig, 12:55.
you don't have to. You don't have to. Um, be overly prescriptive and nuanced about step one. Take your piece of information and structure a prompt to put the machine in a position to do X, Y, or Z. Step two, review your prompt for grammatical errors. Step three, go through and do all, you can just go. And when
Yeah.
you go with it, and let the tool do some things, you can see the output. Like, one of the things that really didn't show in the output that we did with the Claude stuff is all of the multiple choice responses were the same,
Mm.
even though the questions were different. Now, nobody saw that. There wasn't. I mean, like, I noticed it the second time I shared it. I didn't notice it the first time, but as soon as I saw it, because I saw, um, there was a word that was up there twice, or in the first two sets of multiple choice questions, and then I looked through it. It was, and then you see it. So there were some things that the machine did poorly. But again, all I did was copy and paste the same prompt that everybody else was using and just let it do its thing. And it got me past the blank whiteboard or the blank page piece. And then you can go in and you can kind of iterate. And I could ask the questions. I didn't go back in there and do it, but I could ask the questions. Hey, the multiple choice answers are the same. Double check your work. And then it can go back through and it'll give me the whole, you're all right, little human. Thank you for bringing that up. Yeah, like, you're
I got this.
amazing. Your skills for your detail oriented approach to reviewing information is mind boggling, and yeah. So, Craig, you might have missed it on the first part. I think it was it wasn't more about actions or responses. It was about comfort in being able to learn or work together with the tool. And might be a delayed response to one of the comments that Craig just put into LinkedIn. But it was the ability to move and interact with the tool and know kind of what was happening, and then be able to figure out what the next question was. So you had like a level of you're aware that Python is more than a snake, so you're able to go in and do certain things with the information that came through. So that was really cool, cool to see. The
And everybody should know, like in reflecting on it and thinking about it, um, you know, Craig is an active user. Wendy is a very active
right,
user in her Copilot, and so they despite the initial shock of the challenge and the complexity of it, they were both able to go, okay, it's okay. We've been here before. I'm just going to cut and paste it in. I'm just going to roll with it, and I'm going to do what I can. What might be interesting, and every time I put out requests on LinkedIn for people to participate with this, um, nobody responded because I don't think they really believed we could pull this off. But
no, I mean, there were some people who responded, and it was kind of like either they didn't believe that we could pull it off, they didn't believe that it was going to happen, or they're like, "What's the catch?" Like any one
yeah,
of those things.
yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to look stupid. Don't make me look stupid. Whatever. But I think it's important if we can find somebody who knows nothing. I think it would be interesting to have somebody on that is like brand new. Oh, here's the cool thing too, that Wendy started a brand new version of Copilot also. So she has a work version,
Yeah,
and she launched a brand new version. So what she was working with didn't have any memory. It
yeah,
didn't have. It was she started from scratch.
blank
Craig
slate.
was
Yep.
working with ChatGPT, and ChatGPT knew him and was able to pull on some of that memory and stuff like that. And I'm not sure if we ever really talked about if that helped or not. Maybe Craig recognized a few things. But I guess what I'm getting at is if we could, I think I'm going to change it up and see if I can find somebody, because there's got to be people out there who have been scared shitless
Yeah,
to even give it a try. They don't know where to start and they're kind of freaked out. And one of the reasons why we do this in the morning, I've said it a million times, is we want people to not be freaked out with all of the LinkedIn posts of, the doom and gloom and all of that kind of stuff. We want people to just relax.
yeah.
We've been here before. We've had new tech turns before. Yeah, this is a big one and it's going to change a lot of things, but you can do this. You can learn a new skill, a new technology. We can help, and that's why we want to do this. And we want you guys to have fun doing this. It shouldn't be wait till you make enough money or wait till you get approval from your boss to send you to a workshop or whatever. It should be get in there right now and just even open up one of these stupid apps and just type in the prompt, hi, I have no idea what I'm doing. Can you please help me? You'd be shocked at how nice the AI can be. No matter which one you pick, it will be more than happy to ask you questions and walk you through whatever it is that you want to learn, do, build, or whatever. So I don't know. I'm thinking about that. I'm thinking maybe for our next one, if we can find somebody who is a total noob that's been so freaked out they're afraid to touch buttons. They're going to quit life because they're so freaked out. And if we can help somebody, that would be cool. But I don't know if that person exists. But
So I think what Brent's saying in the next hackathon, we're both going to bring our parents onto the thing. So it is so if you're new and you're kind of wanting to dip your toe in the water, and in that instance, if we know that we've got a new group, then the challenge is going to be completely different. Like it's not going to be what I mean. We could do something complex. I mean, there's a couple of different ways to go about it, but thanks for taking time to reflect on that and go through it. It's the I'm throwing Craig's note to necessarily help to have a history, but could have been how further Wendy is in the AI experience. Okay. So, Craig, thanks for that. It was awesome. Like this show, each time that we do it, we say, "Hey, we're going to come back the next time." So, um, uh, stop what you would not start is a big thing for me. It's a Jim Collins thing that he learned from Peter Drucker. This is definitely something I would start again. So we'll keep continuing moving it along um, as we go through. And if you want to engage in some of the comments or see some of the outputs that were created, you can join our Slack channel and send a direct message to us, and you'll get we can extend that invitation out to you so you can interact with us throughout the week. And we break the channels down into weekly channels so that the conversation relates to what was happening in a given week. And if anybody wants to go play catch up on some of that, they can go back and watch the recorded version of the live event on my YouTube channel. It's that
Okay,
stuff
it's really,
persists
yeah.
out there. So let me. Man, this is going to be hard. This is where Craig is just going to laugh at me for my production piece of whatever. But anyway,
Here we go. I'm going to read the other one. Good morning, L&D legends. Welcome to the L&D Morning Brief, your daily dose of what's hot, what's not, and why you should probably update your LinkedIn headline again. I'm your host, that's Mike, channeling my inner SNL weekend update energy because let's face it, corporate training news deserves dramatic lighting and bad puns. Let's roll. Oh, by the way, Mike, I started reading the Grok one instead of the Claude one.
oh, that's awesome because I think I've got the Claude one in front of me. So
Okay, hold
way
on
to
a second.
go. So
Let me open
here's what
that.
happens when you ask me to read off a freaking teleprompter and you give me the wrong teleprompter thing. I'm looking at it, I'm like, dude, where is Brent on this whole thing?
Okay, I'll start over.
So here's how we avoid that script challenge, Craig. We don't do scripts.
No, here we
Go
go.
by
Okay,
law.
I got it. I'm on it. I'm on. No, that was my bad. I went with the wrong thing. So we'll start over. You don't even have to play the video again. And we'll see it. That was Grok's version of being acting as executive producer. This is Claude acting as executive producer. So we'll get to hear a difference. Good morning. Welcome to the L&D Morning Brief, the only morning show where knowing the difference between SCORM and XAPI is considered foreplay.
I'm Taylor. And if you're drinking your coffee out of a mug that says, but did they complete the course? You are exactly our people.
Today is Thursday, February 19th, 2026, and we have 5 red hot stories for the learning and development community. We're talking billions of dollars, brain science, factory floor chaos, and a software platform that is absolutely dominating the competition.
Also, big tech is about to spend $650 billion on AI infrastructure this year. And I promise you, we figured out how that is somehow your problem as an L&D professional.
We always do. Let's go. All right, people. Let's start with the story that's breaking the internet, busting budgets, and probably crashing your company's long-range planning spreadsheet. Amazon, Google, Meta, and Microsoft have collectively announced they will spend $635 and $665 billion on AI infrastructure in 2026. That is a 67% spike from what they spent last year. Chips, servers, data centers, the whole shebang.
Now, you might thinking, Alex, Taylor, or Brent, and Mike, I work in L&D. I make PowerPoints and I argue about learning objectives. Why does big tech's infrastructure spend affect me? Actually,
Oh,
here's a little bit behind the scenes. This is what I'm thinking. How do I find some of those companies that are supporting the infrastructure there and see if I can figure out a way to consult them?
exactly. And funny thing is, a lot of that infrastructure is being built in Arizona.
Yeah, it is. It's
So
awesome.
it shouldn't be that hard for us, right?
Back
Anyways,
to the news.
sweet summer instructional designer. Let me explain. Because every one of those $650 billion is going to generate new AI tools, new workflows, new job roles, and wait for it, new training needs. Every company that plugs into this AI explosion is going to need somebody to train their people on how to use it. That somebody is you.
And we're not saying that the 650 billion is coming directly to you. We're saying that a healthy slice of the anxiety is definitely headed your way and you should be ready.
Here's what this means practically. As AI becomes infrastructure, as basic as electricity and Wi Fi, organizations are going to need human capable AI literacy programs, change management training, and ethics frameworks. And they need them yesterday.
Brent, another reason it's good that I'm focusing on skills these days. So sharpen your ADDIE models, dust off your Kirkpatrick, and maybe, just maybe, learn what a GPU does because the AI era just got a $500 billion down payment.
Whew. Okay, let's
Right.
get a thumbs up or a thumbs down from Craig and Wendy and anybody else that's online.
I can tell you this. I have a thumbs down from me because I am so uncomfortable doing that kind of stuff. I mean, it's good. It's good to do. It's good to do.
Craig!
What did Craig say?
Craig says, stop, please, it's killing me.
Which part? My ad lib or
Okay, for all of you that are watching and are feeling very cringy, sorry, but hey, we're experimenting.
so we got a need
I like that. Thank you,
from
Wendy.
Wendy. Really nice to have some positive support.
Yeah, thanks for the positive feedback.
And then on the other side, the person who's been asking me to script forever.
Maybe it was the video he didn't like. Maybe that was
Maybe
it.
it was. Maybe it was that far back. Maybe it was the fact that I called myself Taylor. Oh, oh, was it the video or the tail? Oh, the ad lib. Me adding. He doesn't like me going off script. He's like, follow the AI. Yeah. Thanks, Wendy. So can I.
Hey, listen, we're gonna finish this script, dang it, if it's the last thing we do. So
if you don't shut up and be quiet, I'm turning this car around. All right.
Okay, wait, and now I lost my script. I'm only on one monitor, people, so work with me here.
We're on the Burson says your L&D operating.
Oh yeah, hey, look at that surprise! Josh Burson made the headline.
Good stuff.
Again. Okay, next story. And this one is going to sting a little, so maybe put down the coffee. This week, Josh Burson dropped his 5th major study of corporate L&D, the definitive guide to corporate learning from static training to dynamic enablement. And it is not a gentle read.
So how about this? We are repeating.
Hey, you're off script.
No, I know. I'm watching the Slack, but we're repeating a 2-second. Hopefully, it's a good 2-second clip because I guess it's repeating on LinkedIn. So for those of you who, well, you're not going to hear this on LinkedIn if it keeps repeating.
What's happening on LinkedIn? Wait, what am I missing?
Yeah, it's from the neat comment about 2 seconds and then it repeats. It's just it's like we're stuck in a loop. There's a glitch in the matrix over on LinkedIn, and I'm imagining everything. I mean, it looks like everything's fine on this end. Like you're still seeing me stream, I'm still seeing you.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, this is just.
I'm starting to get pretty cranky at LinkedIn. I'm telling you.
I'm getting super cranky.
Going to YouTube? Maybe we just go to YouTube.
Well, I mean, everything was smooth on YouTube, and it seemed like the comments came through a little bit faster.
From YouTube or from LinkedIn?
From YouTube yesterday. Oh. Like we were getting real-time comments in there in the first show on YouTube when we had the error that I did on that side. So Anyhow, all right. Since there are people who are watching live in other areas, we will get back to the script and my level of uncomfortability. On to you, Alex.
Well, no, oh, you want me to read it? Want me to start off the Josh Person segment again?
Well, why not?
Okay, next story. This one is going to sting a little, so maybe put down the coffee. This week, Josh Bersin dropped his fifth major study of corporate L&D, the definitive guide to corporate learning from static training to dynamic enablement, and it is not a gentle read.
God, I wish he would have said organization enablement.
Ah, well,
I
we
have that
can't win them
URL.
all.
It's awesome. It's so good. All right. The headline number 74% of companies say that they are not keeping up with their organization's demand for new skills. 74%. 74. And we're pouring $400 billion into this industry.
Was that 74%, Mike?
74?
74. Berson's team studied over 800 organizations and 50 case studies, and they concluded that the 30-year-old e-learning model, the course, the SCORM package, the LMS completion email, is fundamentally broken. Well, there's a shocking news update. No wonder it's a breaking story.
You will laugh. I had a conversation with someone who I've worked with over a number of years before. And we reconnected. LinkedIn feed is broken. You should exit. All right. Right now, I don't know how to exit.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Just
Here's the deal. If you're dumb enough to hang out on LinkedIn and watch this still, actually, that's not nice. I should. That was mean.
It was very abusive, Mike.
It was very abusive.
Right
It was
now, I'm
horrible.
turning this car around.
Triggered. Anyhow, in a conversation yesterday afternoon, SCORM packages came up.
Oh, how did you respond?
I laughed.
But my question is, were they serious?
Oh yeah, no, we output into SCORM packages because of some of the pushing.
Well, you still have to. Sadly enough, you still have to. If your AI doesn't, I think I made a post about this a while back when I said, if your brand new AI tool that you're so excited about and you're going to start a company and business around it, if it doesn't push to SCORM, well, you're out of luck.
So
Nobody took me
the rumors of SCORM's death are greatly exaggerated. Paraphrase
Yes.
Mark Twain. All right, back to the script.
Back to this. Their solution, something they call dynamic enablement, an AI native approach that blends real-time performance support, continuous skill development, and hyper-personalized learning. Companies using this approach are reportedly 6 times more likely to exceed financial targets. Now, here's the kicker. Fewer than 5% of organizations have actually deployed AI native technology for learning. 5%. That means 95% of L&D departments are still basically running on floppy disk energy.
They're not wrong. We've seen that one mandatory compliance training from 2011 that still has clip art and animated GIFs of people shaking hands.
I know. I knew a guy who took that course. He retired. The course is still there. Why does this matter to you? Because Berson's research is essentially a warning shot. If your L&D team isn't moving toward AI-first, skills-based, embedded learning, you are watching the $400 billion industry reorganize around you. And the organizations leading this shift are leaving the others so far behind they need binoculars.
What's really funny about this too is we've switched characters in this.
Oh, did we? Oh, did I take yours?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I think we bounced around. Anyway. All right.
We'll start over.
Story. You're on story 3.
Okay. Let's start story 3. Am I Alex and you're Taylor?
Alex. You're Alex. I'm Taylor.
I'm Alex. Okay. Story 3. And it's a brain story. I am always here for a brain story.
So look, leadership development has been around for decades. We've had workshops, 360-degree feedback, competency frameworks, executive coaching, and yet a lot of leaders still kind of stink at leading. Well, kind of.
Why? Because, and here's the neuroscience reality, that Wharton just published about. Training that doesn't engage the right neural systems doesn't produce behavior change. Full stop.
Here's what the science says. Cognitive understanding, knowing what to do, is processed in the cortical reasoning regions of the brain. But habitual behavior lives in deeper neural systems optimized for speed and efficiency. Those systems don't update just because someone attended a webinar. Research shows that people forget up to 70% of new information within 24 hours and up to 90% within a week, unless it's reinforced through practice, emotion, and repetition. It is cool to see them get into the forgetting curve here.
It is nice. So the next time someone asks why your leadership training didn't stick, point to the amygdala. It's not your fault. It's the amygdala.
Meanwhile, Wharton's Neuroscience of Business program and the Neuro Leadership Institute are making the case that most effective leadership development doesn't just teach concepts, it creates measurable physiological alignment, or what researchers call asynchrony between leaders and their teams. This sounds like those bees, Alex. Small things like eye contact, timing, tone literally dial social neural circuitry up or down and determine whether teams engage or retreat.
Oh, good Lord. Why does this matter for L&D? Because this is the next evolution of leadership design. It's not about adding neuroscience buzzwords to your slide decks. It's about designing experiences that create repeated, emotionally relevant practice so that new leadership behaviors actually wire into the brain. The Neuro Leadership Institute's data suggests organizations that prioritize this kind of coaching see significantly higher engagement and performance outcomes.
In other words, if your leadership program is a 45-minute e-learning module where a cartoon character explains empathy, we need to talk.
I'd like to point out that we missed the cue to have both anchors laugh right after the the mid-Alex section. Wait, so we're gonna have to catch those next time, and what we're gonna have to put on our best fake scripted laugh faces.
It's it actually, you know what I think I'm gonna do? When I need to so there are different times where I'll pick up different things. Like you'll see me do it. I'll pick up putter around here while we're talking, or whatever. Rubik's cube, not sitting on my desk. I've got some just a bunch of stuff. But I think when I need to let my brain go, I'm just going to go ahead and pull a script like this and just start reading into the camera, just to just to let everything completely. They just have this cognitive disconnect.
Yeah, because this kind of thing does that.
Look at this. Here's I just want to point out publicly to people who aren't in the Slack channel, and this is why you need to be in the Slack channel. Not only did Craig want me to use the script for Craig, how long have we known each other? Come on, Craig, what do you think? And the not only has he wanted me to use the script, but now that we're using the script and went back in and read again, he's now complaining about that. Like,
but that's why we love you, Craig.
It is one of the many reasons.
It's all good.
Mad designer skills, like
it's all good. Creative. So anyway, yeah, not to harp too much on the joy we're taking in trying to do this for the first time. This particular story. Any comments? Anyone?
I like the connect. I like this version of the story because it takes the surface level stuff that was talked about in a couple of the other things that we had been getting into and goes a layer deeper. It just peels off another layer to start to get into some more of the kind of the practical application and thinking, and now makes me want to go read the bursts and stuff, where before I was kind of like, oh, okay, here's another research paper that's been put out by the team in that context. One of the things I like about this kind of stuff, and part of it's because um, of confirmation bias, but it's this highlight of the importance of skills. Like, how are we building skills? And the ability to build skills hasn't changed
Yeah.
much over time, right? Like, there's a process, you know, learning is a
Well, and
process,
here's and
training is
here's
an event,
yeah.
technology is used to enable them, and performance improvement is the objective, right? Like, performance is the
Right.
objective.
I think the part that hit me the most that I think probably is I'd like to dig in a little more on is the small things like eye contact, timing, and tone. Literally, which I'm concerned about that word, but anyways, we can. They literally dial social neural circuitry up or down and determine whether teams engage or retreat.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
So that's probably the skill that you're talking about that needs to be taught or understood, or get leaders to think um, more actively about their tone, their eye contact, their timing, and stuff like that. Um, I don't know if that's part of what you teach people, but
well, I mean, it's a communication thing, right? Like, think about it. Um, what's the
it's not what you say; it's how you say it.
what's the tool of all of the tools that we have to communicate? Which one do we typically use most?
Talking to people,
Right.
email.
Yeah. So we keep blabbing away, saying things, right? Like, we talk and we talk and we talk, we talk. We forget to observe with our eyes or listen with our ears or use other parts to help convey a message. And a lot of times people will lose that. And people will talk about things like Zoom fatigue as an example. And you don't
Yeah,
have to have the camera on all the time and all that other kind of stuff. There's a benefit to communicating with people in this kind of environment. Now, I grew up on the sales side at a time where we didn't have this. So my tendency when talking to people on the phone is to say things like, uh-huh, yep, right? Like, I'm providing verbal cues to them, letting them know that I'm still engaged in it. In this environment, we can provide nonverbal cues to let people know that we're engaged. And we're going to do a local event here next week in Scottsdale, and there's a challenge that folks are having with communicating with people directly. Now, they can communicate in bars with each other, but for whatever reason, when they get into an office environment, everybody forgets how to communicate. Everybody wants to just text. You're like, okay, look, it's the same thing. It's just a slightly different context. So let's get comfortable with the idea of watching for things like using tone, pausing for effect, raising, getting that voice up, excitement to help with conveying information and energy transfer. It's one of the things that one of the reasons why I'm so optimistic about helping people use things like a whiteboard for communication. And you don't see it in this environment, but if I move back and forth and I have got my lav mics on, there's energy transfer that happens in each of those movements and the turning around, that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's something I work on specifically around how do we communicate better with other humans so that we can enable them to get out there and do the work that they're meant to do, and overcome this said, heard, remembered challenge that exists out there.
specifically, you're impacting their amygdala.
I had no idea, but let's yay science.
Yeah.
Yay neuroscience.
Hey, I'll tell you. So this next story is wicked close to my heart, and you'll have to try to keep me from going off at the end of the script and talking about it. But story 4, and we're putting on our hard hats for this one. Manufacturing in 2026 is facing a training triple whammy, and it is not pretty. First, OSHA has escalated heat illness prevention and injury record keeping enforcement. Manufacturing operations that don't have compliance training locked and loaded are going to feel the heat, literally and legally.
Second, the Department of Defense Cybersecurity Maturity Model Certification, CMMC, is now fully in effect. Every defense contractor and subcontractor must be certified. And certification takes months, sometimes over a year, and requires rigorous training, self assessments third-party audits, companies that have not started preparing are behind. Full stop.
For the record, I hate when people say full stop. And from now on, if it's in the script, we're allowed to skip it.
I don't even understand. What is full stop?
God, it's just a dumb thing people say to try to be like impressive and make what they just said sound more important. It's stupid. Anyway.
Full stop.
Third, remember there were three things. It was a triple whammy. We just did the first two. Here's the third. There's a massive skills gap for automation, PLCs, CNC controllers, and robotics. GE Aerospace just committed $30 million over 5 years to develop 10,000 skilled workers starting in 2026. Siemens and Flex are backing MIT's new manufacturing initiative. The government is pouring $98 million into state workforce programs.
The message from the manufacturing sector is clear. The people who maintain and operate automated systems are the most critical workforce investment now, and the training pipeline is nowhere near keeping up.
Why does this matter to L&D? Well, because this industry desperately needs instructional designers who understand technical skills, safety compliance, and can build training that works for workers on a shop floor who don't sit at a computer all day. Mobile first, micro learning, simulation based training for hands on environments. If you're not building for deskless workers, you're leaving half the workforce behind.
Also, if you know what a PLC is and can build a score module around it, your phone is about to ring a lot.
Okay, I think in the immortal words of Craig in the Slack, I call bullshit on that last line, but this is all stuff I can do, and I only just learned how to do it all in the last couple of years, and it is all of this stuff is legit. But I think the interesting thing is that most companies still haven't gone full in. Most manufacturing businesses, their manufacturing departments either are unaware of those three things that are going on, or they're just doing business as usual and don't want to spend the money to do it. But the whole CMMC thing actually went into full effect at the end of the year. And, when it says companies that haven't started preparing are behind, you were behind last year because it takes a long, long time to get certified. And there are 3 different levels of certification depending upon the size of your business. Not every single level of certification requires a third-party audit, but most of them do. And what I was doing was helping people at least get ready for that third-party audit because they're super expensive, and you're paying, cybersecurity experts that have gone through a crap ton of training and certifications on the new model and auditing folks. We would do the initial audit and help people at least get their systems up to speed, and then engage third parties to come in and do those full-on audits. But it's expensive for companies to do, and there are easy ways to get it done. There are easier ways to do it than most people think, and that most people will try to sell you on. So it can be a scary thing for big manufacturers or not. But as from a training perspective, training is a big part of getting that CMMC certification. So if you can't prove it, everything else can be in place and be perfect. But if your training department didn't get on board, you're still going to fail. And you don't get that multi-$100 million contract that you were hoping to get from the government. So there's that.
Is there on the manufacturing side, lag is really long on YouTube today. All right. So Craig, I just saw you put that in at 650. So let's test the lag. Let me know when you're it. Here we say it. We're testing. It's kind of like throwing the canary down and hold on. Like, see what happens when on the other side. Let's get back to the news because we're running long.
We're getting
All
long.
right,
Yeah.
closing story, and this is one every instructional designer who has spent 3 hours fighting with the trigger and storyline will feel deeply. Articulate 360 just landed as the 9th highest rated and reviewed product on G2's Winter 2026 report. Out of over 180,000 products across all software categories, they scored 97.29 out of 100 and earned a course authoring score of 99 out of 100. Now, here's why I like Claude better than the other ones. They added a decimal point.
They're very specific. Yes. That's not just best in the L&D space. That's top 10 across everything. Accounting software, CRM platforms, enterprise HR systems, yeah, everything.
And here's why. I got distracted with Slack as we're looking at the timing delay and the lag. And here's why. AI Articulate has been aggressively rolling out AI features that generate course outlines, assessment images, audio narration, captions, and alt text, with claims of accelerating course development by up to 9 times.
Their January 2026 product update added AI generated captions synced directly to video files, improved AI image search, and a quick share option that lets you distribute RISE courses with built-in analytics. No LMS required.
Meanwhile, Articulate's momentum score of 82 topped the G2 momentum grid, meaning not only are they a current leader, they're moving faster than anyone else.
What does this mean for the L&D world? 2 things. Number 1, AI-powered authoring is no longer a feature, it's the price of admission. If your authoring tool of choice isn't integrating AI deeply into the creation workflow, you're going to feel the productivity gap compared to your peers. And number 2, the market is watching. Articulate's continued dominance on G2 means the community votes with its reviews, and right now the community is saying this is the standard.
That said, iSpring, Lucida, Lectora, and a host of new entrants are all muscling in. So if you're evaluating your stack in 2026, you have options, but Articulate is making everyone else chase them. All right, that's it for
Oh, no, it's not. And that is your L&D morning brief for Thursday, February 19th, 2026. You got a part there.
Huh? What? I didn't see that in the script.
You got to scroll down past the cutting room floor.
Come on now. I'm Ron Burgundy.
Come on.
Uh-oh. BS. Somebody called BS. And that's cool. Okay, so here's the cool thing. I saw the BS comment in the YouTube comment and the one in Slack around the same time. I think the lag on YouTube is about half the lag on LinkedIn.
Probably.
I think so. Craig still thinks it's longer. He's really long on YouTube today. So maybe relative to yesterday. I think it moved a lot faster yesterday. But anyway, maybe what we do, here's what we're going to do. We're going to test this next week. We're going to boycott LinkedIn. We're going to have everybody join us on YouTube and see what that looks like. We'll promote it on LinkedIn and point people over here and just say, because of the experience that the technical challenge that we're running into, which might be on my end, we're gonna stream over on YouTube and see what happens there, and go from there. And if anybody at LinkedIn would like to contact us and to help us get better at understanding how to use your platform, you know how to get a hold of me.
You're easy to find. You can just look for us both on LinkedIn, and if you're enjoying this, hang out with us, let us know. Even if you're just, it's cringeworthy and you just can't stand it. Hey, let us know that too, because Craig's not afraid to tell us. And so that's totally cool.
It is so cringeworthy. Like I feel like I have to go take a shower right now. After, like,
Oh, come on. It's not that bad. You know, maybe we'll go back to Grok tomorrow and I'll just use the Grok script because I thought Grok was pretty funny today.
it's not it's not bad. It's the whole script. It's the whole scripting thing. Like part of what I enjoy is the ability to be able to say, oh, okay, here's kind of what I heard and where I would connect to and all of that other kind of stuff. But again, it's good to do things that make you feel uncomfortable. And I just did something that was uncomfortable. I even got a little bit of grief from Wendy saying, hey, I think the YouTube comments aren't showing up for you. No, what actually, I have to have my screen blocked by this giant script so I could freaking read it. And also keep track of what words Brent was on so I knew when it was time to go.
So, okay. So just like, but behind the scenes stuff, the reason why I said in the early days of us doing this was we just have to do it. And the way that this starts to work is we find our groove, right? So I would actively say that we've found some things work and some things don't work, and we've started to build that groove, and it'll get there. We'll figure this out as we go. We just we're experimenting, and pretty soon we'll have it will all come together. It will all come together. I have no doubt that it will all come together.
I am definitely cognitive overloaded.
Overlord. I am the cognitive overlord.
All right.
Good times. Hey, where can people find their catalyst, Mike?
You can find your catalyst at findmycatalyst.com. And if you're interested in anything around leadership, how we move forward, these are my definition: culture, how we do what we do; revenue, how we fund the ability to do what we do; execution, how we achieve results. You will find content on findmycatalyst.com that will resonate for you. You'll notice some theming as we go through it. And if you want to work with me directly, there's links there, but you can head to coachsimmons.com to work with me directly.
Awesome. And if you happen to be in a manufacturing environment and you need somebody who knows all about CMMC and cybersecurity in manufacturing and all of the technical stuff, and all of the L&D and training stuff, I'm your man.
I have a feeling your phone. I have a feeling your phone is going to be blowing up.
Yes. According to Claude, it should be lighting up right now.
According to Claude, people call people instead of text people. So I guess the rumors of the phone losing the phone's capability are also greatly exaggerated.
Greatly exaggerated.
All right, we'll see you on Monday.
Yeah, we're going to do this again, but we don't do it on Fridays. We'll do it on Monday.
We'll do it on Monday.
Thanks, everybody.
We lost Brent for a second there. Thanks, everybody.
We lost you for a second there. It wasn't me. All of a sudden, I had a little thing that said, oops, bad connection.
Maybe.